What's going on, everybody? This is dkdynamite, and today we're going to be talking about all currently known and rumored weapons for Black Ops 6. Definitely stay tuned. But before we jump into that, be sure to hit that subscribe button down below, drop a like, and for those wondering when the full multiplayer reveal is going to be, although they already confirmed COD Next for August 28th, I think we'll see a similar case to what we got for MW3, where at least a few days before or 24 hours before COD Next, we end up getting the multiplayer reveal trailer. I think considering how ahead of the schedule they seem to be with Black Ops 6, they'll probably end up fully unveiling multiplayer maybe a week or two before COD Next, considering the rumor as well that the beta reportedly goes live the same day as COD Next. They're going to want to get some trailers and other blog posts probably out the way before all of that happens, but either way, I'll keep you guys up to date. But as a big FYI, there's plenty of brand new article coverage going up on detonated.com for those that want to stay up to date with all things Call of Duty. Now, when it comes to the weapons we're going to be going over in this video, they'll be for campaign, multiplayer, zombies, and of course the Warzone integration releasing with the first season of content. Let's break down the Vault Edition real quickly, because we did get confirmation in some recent marketing as to what weapons these Mastercrafts are for. So we first up have the SMG known as the Jackal PDW. We also have the LR762 for the sniper here. We then have the AMES 85 for the assault rifle, followed by the Marine SP shotgun. Lastly, we also have what we all expected to be a combat knife. So again, you'll get access to all 5 of these Mastercrafts when you pick up the Vault Edition of Black Ops 6. You should be able to, and I mean should be able to, use all these Mastercrafts during the multiplayer beta. I'll keep you guys posted if that changes, because that was an offering for MW2 and 3, and then you get to use all these Mastercrafts at launch as well in any game mode of your choice. But as far as the confirmed weapons do go, at least from the Black Ops 6 Direct, here are the weapons that we know of as of right now. So like I mentioned with those Mastercrafts in the Vault Edition, there's of course the combat knife, the LR762, the Marine SP, and the Jackal PDW, as well as the AMES 85. But as far as some other weapons do go, which got confirmed to us at the Treyarch presentation and during the live stream, first up have the XM4, a returning assault rifle that we had over in Black Ops Cold War. We're also going to be seeing the Compact 92, which sounds pretty fun, and also the AS-Val SVD. Next up, we also have the 9mm PM pistol. Continuing on with the Heckler & Koch USP pistol, we can see Adler also holding this in one of the various promotional images. We then have the SAF SMG, which you can also see in one of the blog images. Next up, the Heckler & Koch HK94A3, followed by the AR-10 LMG, and even the KSP-58 light machine gun as well. Keep in mind, these weapons may not be referred to as their official names. We know the Kar-98K is currently in MW3, and that's its real name, but there are other weapons out there, such as the Spaz, also come in MW3, which won't be referred to as its actual name because of legal reasons. Sometimes they get the licensing to use the name, sometimes they don't, so keep in mind there may be some weapons we talk about later in this video. There are ones you're probably familiar with, just under a different code name. But it was made very clear at Treyarch Studios last week that there will be at least 12 original weapons at launch that have not been in any other Call of Duty title. With the weapons we've gone over so far in this video, you might have recognized a few weapons if you're an expert on guns that haven't been in COD before, and you might have recognized some other weapons that have already been in previous titles, but that doesn't mean that at launch we're only going to see 12 weapons. Hopefully that's really clear. It just means that 12 of the launch weapons will be entirely unique. So these are just confirmed weapons that we got in various pieces of promo marketing and different parts of the Black Ops 6 Direct, or weapons that were mentioned during the Treyarch Q&A as of a week and a half ago. Now, a little while ago, I made a video talking about everything we knew about Black Ops 2024. This was even before we knew the game was called Black Ops 6, and a bunch of leaks surfaced, I want to say a good maybe year and a half ago, possibly longer, with a detailed list of every single weapon that is coming to Treyarch's next game. These are, of course, fully subject to change, may not be just for the launch window, some could be saved for DLC, or some could even be canceled. So let's break this down category by category. Starting off with assault rifles, we have 10 total, reportedly at least. We have the Colt Model 723, the AK-74, the SIG SG-550, and the Setme Model L, followed by the AS-Val, the M16A2, the SA-80, the AR-18, the L1A1, and even the SAR-80. So once again, we have an article on detonated.com also going over all of these weapons. For those that are wondering where I got the screenshot from, we next up have 4 battle rifles. We have the AEK-973, the SIG SG-542, and the Setme Model C, followed by the FN-FAL, an absolute classic. Next up, we have about 9 submachine guns. A crazy list here. We have the Gepard PDW, the FAMAE SAF, followed by the MP5, the SR3 Vicker, and then we have the Embel MD1, followed by the Grendel R31. We have the SR3 MP, the PP90, and lastly, the Call Alt 9mm SMG. So keep in mind as I'm going through these, we're also noticing that, yeah, some of the weapons that already got confirmed are on this list here. So we next up have 5 different shotguns. First off, the Mossberg 500, the Bullpup Mossberg 500, the CBC Model SB12, then the Rotwee Skeet Olympia 72, so hey, there's an Olympia, and then the Remington Model 11. Moving into LMGs, we have 4 total. We have the AR-10, the PU-21, the KSP-58, the KSP-58D, followed by 6 different Marksman rifles. We have the M16 MK12 SPR, the IMI Romat, the Belgian MK2 sniper variant, the SVU Dragunov, the Accuracy International AE, and even the SR25 PSD. We then have 5 sniper rifles. We have the SR25, the SVD Dragunov, the PGM Ultima Ratio, the PGM Hecate 2, and then the L96. Moving into pistols, we have 7 total. We have the H&K USP, the H&K USP 40mm, the Makarov PM, followed by the Stechkin APS, the Grendel P30, a 5.7, and a Beretta M9. There are going to be 2 launchers, apparently at launch. We have the Panzerfaust 3 and the FIM 92 Stinger. Moving into melee weapons, we're going to be seeing a base knife, a combat knife, and then a breaching tool. So I believe in some of the gameplay we got to see in the Direct and over at the Treyarch studio last week, there were some clips shown of, again, that dedicated melee slot, not taking up a spot at all in your created class. You just have a dedicated melee you can pull out at any time, and there's at least going to be 2 to 3 melee weapons during the launch window of this game. I also want to mention the idea of operator mods or aftermarket parts. I mean, operator mods were in Black Ops 4, and there weren't too many, but the ones that were offered were pretty damn fun to use, really spiced up Blackout quite a bit, and they were, of course, available to use in multiplayer. They were just ways to modify your weapons to shoot a little bit differently, and I think that was a lot of fun, especially for replayability for weapons that you may have already maxed out or weren't too fond of. But then when you look at amps in a game like Modern Warfare 3, these conversion kits, or some of them at least, really do change the weapon into something completely different, right? There might be a weapon that you don't really like using, but the amp could be a ton of fun to use to where that becomes like the small meta for a week or two over in Warzone or over in MP, or just something that you want to use for fun every now and again. I think the idea of parts or add-ons like that to existing weaponry, I think really does increase replayability, especially when you bundle that with something like weapon prestige camos, right? Just so much offered and so much to do during the post-launch cycle of Black Ops 6. So that's really important. I think when talking about operator mods or amps, I think it's an important discussion to bring up, hey, what about a weekly update every Wednesday, something to look forward to besides a challenge event or a playlist rotation or some small patch notes? What about a new part for one of the new relevant weapons? To me, that's phenomenal. MW3 really set the bar for that, so hopefully Black Ops 6 follows suit with a system like that, because that would just be incredible to see, especially with Treyarch's spin on it. But apart from healthy post-launch support, here's something I brought up in a recent video when it comes to shared optics across different weaponry. There were some comments in response to my video and even the detonated post that it could be troublesome, that since only optics are shared across multiple weapons in Black Ops 6, this could be bringing us back to a system that I think hasn't been as well received in, I think, recent months following MW3 or even following MW2, and that is the idea of having so many attachments you have to unlock for a certain weapon before you can max it out, which really does prolong the camo grinding process, whereas a game like MW2 or 3 had this big shared system, and I think it essentially lowered the weapon progression grind so that you can just move on to getting the camos you want to get unlocked instead of having to worry about really needing to max out that weapon, having to do, what, 50 levels of weapon? That's just insane and is honestly a thing of the past. I don't think Black Ops 6 is going to go down that route. If anything, it's going to blend the best of, like I said before, Black Ops 4, Cold War, and the new Modern Warfare Gunsmith to make the best system that I think Call of Duty has ever seen. That's something they also stressed quite a bit at Treyarch as of a week and a half ago, and that is that they're trying to make not just the best Black Ops game, but the best modern Call of Duty title with the unified engine, with all these new systems. They want to bring out the strongest possible experience that's the most fun to every player out there. So with sticking to that promise, I don't think they're going to make the weapon grind a slogfest to where it's going to take a year to max out one weapon before you can actually start going for gold, platinum, and dark matter on it. That's if those are the mastery camos, by the way. I don't think they're going to really make us go back to what it was like in, let's say, Cold War or games before that. I'm sure things will be just fine, but that is about it. This has been dkdynamite. Leave our thoughts down below in the comment section. What are your thoughts on every weapon that we know of so far for Black Ops 6? How do you think the camo grind is going to work when it comes to, let's say, attachments and maxing out a weapon? Plus, what are your thoughts on the confirmed Mastercrafts as a part of the Vault Edition? Really hope you've enjoyed, and peace out, everybody.